there's something deeply mysterious hidden beneath the red surface of Mars. It's not just the hot magma we've come to expect, but perhaps something much more strange and extraordinary. The signs of seismic activity and unusual heat deep beneath the Martian crust are raising exciting questions. Could Mars be harboring alien life deep inside its vast layers? Perhaps the key to unlocking one of the biggest mysteries about Mars lies under an area known as Cerberus Fossae. Mars hasn't always been the quiet, desolate, dusty neighbor we see now. No, once upon a time, it was a volcanic powerhouse, a planet so full of energy that it looked like it was trying to outdo Earth itself. During this fiery period, Mars constructed Olympus Mons, a volcanic titan that towers nearly 3 times higher than Mount Everest. In fact, it holds the title of the tallest volcano in the entire solar system. But here's the chilling secret. Beneath the towering peak of Olympus Mons might be something that could change everything we thought we knew about Mars. You see, scientists had long believed that most of the volcanic activity on Mars was ancient history, wrapping up around 3 billion years ago. Some even speculated that maybe, just maybe, there were a few small eruptions about 3 million years ago. But that was always considered highly unlikely. It seemed logical to assume that Mars, without a global magnetic field, a key indicator of an active interior, had long since cooled and settled into the quiet, barren world we see today. There was no heat, no molten rock, no volcanic drama. Case closed, right? Well, not so fast. In 2018, NASA decided to take a deeper look at Mars. Literally. They sent the InSight lander, a high-tech mission designed to study the planet's interior. Equipped with state-of-the-art seismic instruments, InSight was tasked with listening for any signs of movement beneath the surface. Shakes, rumbles, anything that could reveal the true activity of the planet. And wouldn't you know it? It didn't take long for InSight to start hearing some very unusual things. In just 235 Martian days after landing, InSight detected 174 Marsquakes. That's right, earthquakes, but on Mars. But here's the kicker. The quakes didn't stop there. By 2022, the number of quakes skyrocketed to over 1,300. For a planet that was supposed to be in a long, deep sleep, this was an extraordinary amount of shaking. Researchers started diving deeper into the data, trying to uncover where these quakes were coming from, and the results were mind-blowing. They discovered a cluster of 20 quakes that didn't appear randomly like the others. While most of Mars's surface seemed pretty calm, with faults and cracks staying put, this particular cluster of quakes pointed straight to one place, Cerberus Fossae. This area of Mars is riddled with fissures and fractures, looking like the planet's crust had split open and just couldn't quite seal itself back up. But what's most fascinating is that these cracks are not just superficial. They seem to be tied to intense underground activity. Could it be that magma, yes, molten rock, still lurks beneath Mars's surface, stirring things up and causing these quakes? Scientists think so. But it gets even crazier. Some of the seismic waves detected in Cerberus Fossae hinted at molten rock moving beneath the surface. That's right. Mars could still have pockets of magma, making it partially alive, geologically speaking. And this has huge implications. This discovery forces us to rethink how planets cool down and eventually die. Earth remains active because of its molten core, but Mars was thought to have lost its heat long ago. If Mars still has heat and magma beneath its surface, then maybe, just maybe, other planets and moons in the solar system could still have hidden secrets. Could there be other worlds that are alive in ways we never thought possible? Now let's bring in the most exciting part, the possibility of life. Wherever there's heat and energy, there's potential for life, or at least the basic ingredients that life needs. On Earth, life finds a way to thrive in the most extreme environments, deep under the ocean, near volcanic vents, or even inside rocks. Could Mars have similar hidden refuges? With the presence of heat and water beneath the surface, tiny organisms, microbes, could still be clinging to life. Or perhaps they lived there billions of years ago, leaving behind traces that we just haven't discovered yet. The presence of heat and water is key. These quakes could be shaking loose some of Mars's deepest secrets, and the implications for both science and exploration are enormous. Let's not forget about the human angle too. If we ever dream of setting up a base on Mars, understanding what's happening beneath the surface is crucial. No one wants their Martian outpost rattled by surprise quakes, or worse, built on top of a hidden magma chamber. NASA's InSight mission may have started as a geology project, but it's quickly transformed into something much bigger than that. Mars isn't just a dusty relic of the past. Mars is alive, or at least it's waking up, and it might be hiding far more than we ever imagined. What's even more exciting is how Mars's underground seems to be throwing tantrums. Deep down, the seismic waves rumble at low frequencies, But closer to the surface, these quakes become sharp and high-pitched. And guess where all this action is happening? Around Cerberus Fossae, the Martian equivalent of a tectonic hotspot. When scientists examined the seismic data collected by InSight, they pieced together something astonishing. Those low-frequency rumbles? They're likely coming from molten magma bubbling away deep beneath the surface, around 30 to 50 kilometers down. That means Mars could still have liquid rocks stirring beneath its crust, like an underground rave that never ends. When researchers compared this seismic data with orbital images of Cerberus Fossae, they noticed something else: a volcanic fissure. Around this fissure were deposits of dark, dusty material scattered in every direction. It was as if nature itself was telling us, yep, this place has seen some action. And by action, we mean eruptions that could have blown their tops as recently as 50,000 years ago, essentially yesterday in geological terms. The darker dust surrounding Cerberus Fossae isn't just for show. It's a clue that Mars's surface hasn't been stagnant for long. Instead, it's constantly being reshaped by ongoing geological activity. This type of behavior suggests that Mars might not be as lifeless as we once thought. In fact, it could still be simmering beneath the surface, preparing for its next big geological shakeup. So, what does all of this mean? Simply put, Mars is still alive, at least geologically speaking. The rifting zones, the sinking crust, the pockets of magma, they all scream one thing: Mars hasn't clocked out. It's waiting for the next big event to remind us that it's still in the game. And here's why this matters. If Mars is still geologically active, that means there could be heat sources and even liquid water hiding underground. This could be a game-changer for human exploration and even more exciting for the search for life. If we ever want to establish a permanent presence on Mars, we need to understand what's going on beneath the surface. But even more fascinating, what if there's life down there, hidden beneath Mars's crust? What if tiny organisms are still clinging to life, or perhaps evidence of past life is buried deep beneath our feet? In December 2021, Mars received a surprise gift. A meteor slammed into its surface with such force that NASA's InSight lander immediately detected the impact. For a brief moment, scientists wondered what had caused the shaking. Fast forward to the discovery of something even more interesting: a massive new crater nearly 500 feet across, 10 times bigger than what scientists usually expect. But wait, it gets better. Around this massive crater were signs of water ice, which likely got blasted out from beneath the surface when the meteor struck. Mars, the dry, dusty desert of the solar system, might still be hiding icy secrets just beneath its rusty surface. Could there still be liquid water hiding underground, sealed away from the harsh conditions on the surface? If so, there's a chance, however slim, that life could still be thriving beneath the crust. And where there's water, there's heat. If Mars's interior is still active, pockets of magma might be keeping those hidden waters warm enough to stay liquid. It's like Mars is dropping hints. There's something going on deep below the surface and we need to pay attention. What could these discoveries mean for the future of exploration, and possibly more?